Right, well, hello, we are Duck Games, and thanks for joining us here today. We're going to talk about our experience of building a community built around streaming. Currently up on the stage is 4 out of the current team of 6 members as a stream team. Our background as a team is prominently console gaming on Mixer. But we've expanded over time, and that's what we're really here to talk about. So thank you everyone for taking the time out of the conference to come and spend time with us today.
Apologies as well. This is going to be the worst bit of your day.
So what we're going to be talking about today, we want to cover off 3 main things. The journey.
I'm going to move on.
Have you got to do the clicker?
I've got to do the clicker.
I'll do the clicker.
You do the clicker, right? The 3 things we're going to cover off today is the journey, building the foundations, and the other stuff, and Q&A at the end, and all the usual type of things, or stuff that you see these type of things. But I think we'll move on to say who each of us are. So
hi guys, for those of you who don't know me already, my name's Bob Duck and Weave. My gamer tag is. I'm a founder of Duck Games. I'm a partner mixer streamer, and I'm a digital designer by trade. I manage a lot of the, do a lot of the team management, a lot of the team organisation, tech setup, and branding. So everything you see like that, that's me.
Right, so for me, first of all, please excuse my voice, as we said, industry party last night. So I'm Retro Crystal. I am a partner mixer streamer as well. I'm one of the 6 founders of Duck Games. I have just recently got a job at Playground Games. I'm the community liaison over there. And I do all the kind of PR stuff at Duck Games and just make sure these guys are under control.
Rarely works.
True.
Very true. So kind of for me, it's a bit of a giveaway. I'm Banjo Benji. I'm now also part of Mixer streamer. In my kind of other time, I'm a IT technician, but I also deal with like 3D printing, laser cutting, all that kind of stuff. So those of you that have already seen them, and we've got little business cards, that sort of stuff, I kind of deal with that as well on the side. I'm also kind of general dog's body and kind of IT setup as well.
The one we kick around.
yeah, the dog's body.
Yeah. No, I heard that phrase.
No, I've heard the phrase dog's body. I just wouldn't associate that with you.
There you go.
I am our pod father, as you can see by that nice logo there. I deal with programming, so we've got some other future content coming up which I'm currently involved in making. And during the day, unfortunately, I'm a social media manager for a bank, which is very exciting.
You can boo if you like.
So you tweet me about your credit card. But we also have 2 other members of the team which aren't here. We've got the Meaty Fishman is sitting right down the front, down there. And Don't Shoot Tammy, although he's not here with us, he is in spirit. We do have a mask of him so that you can see his face if anyone's interested in that.
It's far more terrifying than I'm seeing it.
Yeah, in real life, it's really
So starting off, we're going to talk about finding your niche. Obviously, the main thing I could advise to everyone is this is going to sound so cheesy, but find yourself. Find what you're good at, find what you enjoy. Here at Duck Games, we're variety streamers. We play all sorts of games, and Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC. We play a lot of that. But the thing is, just find what what you're good at. What you just play what you enjoy. I mean, if you're a battle royale player, fine, go play PUBG, go play Fortnite. If you're a first-person shooter, go play them. I mean, we play all sorts, but that's just we literally just play the games we like. You will get people going, oh, will you play this? Will you play that? No, I want to play what I want to play. Just go to that. But it's all about it as well. It's kind of just like I can't believe you messed this up now. This is live streaming this.
We can edit this out, right?
No, there's lots. What is it? Yeah. So if you're the type of streamer, if you're loud, be loud. If you're quiet, be quiet. Get yourself a bit of a personality. Just roll it. I mean, to be honest, a lot of our stuff we just kind of not say make on the spot, but even we create things and do things on stream that we're like, why are we doing this? But that's what makes it so great. So definitely, if you don't know what to do, then go look at other streamers. I wouldn't say copy them. You wanna find something that people want to remember you by. But definitely go look at other streamers. Watch them for inspiration, motivation, or just because watching other streamers is fun. But yeah, the main thing about streaming is just do what you want to do and make yourself known for it, because that's the best way.
I think there's a really key point that we've had that as a quote on there. It's actually from a partner streamer that we know. Is don't try and be ninja. Ninja's already ninja. Go be yourself. It's no point. And that's not me saying don't play Fortnite. That's just saying he's got his thing and that works for him, and that's fantastic. When you're going and doing this sort of thing, it's focusing on what actually really makes you. Our niche has actually been co-streams. So we like to play games with our friends, so we play games with our friends. That makes sense, that works for us, and that's our thing. So, and it's a hard journey sometimes trying to find that. I think getting that right, it's very, very tough, and you'll go through that period where you've got one person in your chat, which is your bot or like your nan. There's going to be very few people there to start with. It's just making sure that you can stay true to that and follow that through once you've found that niche.
So, I mean, as cheesy again as it sounds, like there genuinely is...
There's a lot of cheese.
There is a lot of cheese, yeah. Like, there is no real kind of secret sauce, for the lack of a better way of putting it, for streaming. In terms of our experiences, what we've kind of found is just... It is a lot of trial and error. Kind of, again, as kind of Retro's already covered, where we do stream on a lot of different platforms, and that's down just from trying it and seeing it, getting feedback from community and you guys. So we started off mainly on Xbox. We streamed on kind of one platform, and then I kind of branched out on kind of going Nintendo side. I know Bob does a lot of PlayStation, PC a bit as well now. We've got Fish that does like kind of retro gaming, that sort of stuff as well. So again, it really is just about finding what works. Like I say, I found it with particularly Nintendo streaming works well quite in the mornings because it's kind of a bit more chilled, a slower pace. You don't have to worry too much about being really live and energetic. I can see you smiling there.
Basically phoning it in.
What?
Basically phoning it in the morning when you're too tired.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. It genuinely is, yeah. So again, kind of going with that as well as kind of finding all sorts of things that just kind of work and bounce around it. So different genres as well, kind of finding that as the way you kind of want to do it. Again, we kind of covered like Battle Royale. That works well for us in terms of co-streaming because we can play off each other a lot. I'm going to actually co-op game because we're in the game together. Sometimes playing something on your own kind of works a little bit better if it is more of a solo game. But again, it really depends on how you are at the time. Like, there's been times where I kind of really felt like playing a particular game and kind of jump on and do it. It really is kind of what works for you and your experience and how you found things that kind of run with that. Big part of us as well is celebrating the community in however way that goes out, like we kind of said already as well. Sometimes you might find there's a very small amount of people in the chat. If people want to lurk, that's fine, they can lurk away. If you kind of want people to chat, they'll chat. It's kind of bringing people out, and eventually, you never know, lurkers might come to be kind of some of the biggest part and just walking away. So it really is kind of cherishing your community in whatever form that comes in. As well as that, setting rules has worked quite well for us. I mean, everyone's rules are their own. You may have very strict rules, you may have very open rules. We tend to kind of have just rules of just be nice, just don't be a horrible person at the end of the day. Like, no.
Sometimes that works.
Sometimes, yeah, you hope it does. Sorry, yeah. It's just, it really is that sort of thing. Like, so we do have some, just like no self-promotion at the end of the day. That's pretty much the main one that we have, but we do celebrate that. Yeah. That's a ground rule.
I think this thing with self-promo actually, a lot of the times you'll find is people discover who you are. I've been in a one-person stream, Roby One Kenobi. I don't know if anybody watches Roby on Mixer. I sat in his chat and I was chatting for about 6 months before I even found out I was a streamer, and that's because I'm not going to go in there and go, oh yeah, I play this too on my stream, come look at my stream. It's not cool. But people find that stuff out about you as you enjoy their content, and then they'll come and do the same for you. People want to support other people, but they won't support you if you're that person who runs in and go, watch my stream, here's my URL, go. I do better, I'm better at Fortnite, sorry. But
let's be serious.
But yeah.
No, totally right, yeah. And again, a big part of that is just community aspecting as well. So we use Discord as a big part of that as well. So outside of streaming, we found that works really, really well for us, and along with social media platforms like Twitter, etc. But again, whatever platform works for you is a bonus. It just so happens to be that Discord does work really quite well, because we use it for all sorts, not just our own kind of chat with the community as well. We use it to talk as well, have a lot of meetings through there, etc. But we like to interact with everyone outside the community, outside our streams as well.
I think that's proof of...
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, so.
Yeah, right, totally right. So yeah, it works well, finding the platforms as well. I'd say in terms of streaming as well, it doesn't even have to be on Mixer. again, like we found the Mix as the best platform for us because of co-streaming, that sort of thing. That's what works. You can stream on elsewhere as well. Stream on Twitch, stream on Facebook Gaming, stream wherever you like, whatever platform you find is the best. They've all got their own audiences. They've all got their own specific things that work. Just find your platform and stream on multiples as well. There's a lot of people that use things like XSplit. Which one?
Split.
Yeah, stuff like that as well. Yeah, you can use. Yeah, we're going to cover that a bit later. Actually, it's a good point. I should remember that name. But yeah, again, just finding what works. Yeah, I think that's what maybe time go.
Okay, our journey. Now, I keep on looking around there, even though there's a screen right here. I don't know why. It feels like
It looks nice up there.
it does look
I
nice
can't
up
see
there.
it fully on that screen, so I kind of got a bit missing.
It's quite handy to get a designer to do your PowerPoints as part of the team. The first slide that says here, 2017 September, we meet for the first time at EGX. Now, we didn't just turn up at EGX last year, meet each other for the first time, and then just decide we're going to be streamers.
Ben did.
Well,
I did,
yeah. There's actually a bit of history here. Myself, Bob, and Dave, Meaty Fishman, got to get used to calling him that. Actually, were involved in a website for quite a number of years. We helped set it up. Bob was a designer on it. Myself and Retro are hosts on the Party Chat podcast, which is a podcast, which is an official podcast of the Xbox One subreddit. And Ben
Just turned up.
I just turned up, yeah. I managed to make friends.
But even the name Duck Games comes back to, we were all in a Facebook group, or a lot of us were in a Facebook group years ago, that were called the Duck Hunters, and they were all IGN UK fans. So even just us all meeting through social media and everything else, and eventually meeting up in real life, eventually playing games together.
I think that's really synonymous with this kind of community as well. Anything we've found, anything that's around the gaming side of it, and that is, it's such an awesome community to be a part of. Everybody, I know loads of different people from loads of different areas. There's people who've met through cosplay. I know I see Jake Sertan and Retro through cosplay, Fixer through podcasting with Podfather. There's loads of different people that we've met through loads of different avenues. I think that's really cool and something that, on anyone's journey, that's a really good opportunity to help people and collaborate the way we have as well.
The same month, September last year, we all decided we're just going to start streaming and playing games together. Essentially, although we played games separately or just as part of a group, we thought, well, we enjoy our interactions with each other, maybe an audience would as well. So in the same month, we started doing that, although the more you get to know Bob, you realise the smaller amount of time you spend with him, the better. But by November...
To be fair, I only did it because I like the sound of my own voice. I thought, well, at least if other people there, some people might listen.
Do you sit and watch your VODs after every stream?
I do. I recommend
You're
that.
a magician, does it?
I tend to watch it for you guys, honestly.
By November, we launched the Discord, which is so important. Having that way to communicate with the people that come in the streams, with other streamers, everything else is absolutely fantastic. Each of us are on there every single day. My personal favourite is our selfies channel, because I like taking pictures of myself in the toilet. But that's not...
You're literally the only one.
It's questionable.
I don't put them out on Twitter. By July of last year, two of the team, Retro and Bob, visited and streamed from the Microsoft campus in Reading. Did anyone catch that out?
Did anyone want to tell him he's gone straight to July?
Oh, sorry. Well, that happens later here. In January, we rolled out the team branding, which you've seen earlier on, and the purples and the logos and everything that Bob took so much time to do, which is really, really important. We are instantly recognisable as being Duck Game streamers. As soon as people see the logos, you get associated with that. People can immediately tell that it's you. And for years, for example, my Twitter profile has just always been this handsome face. But recently, But recently I have changed it over to my logo because I'm more identifiable as my branding than this face now. And that's quite a strange thing to actually go. It's like, oh, people like last night at the industry party, people like that, oh, there you go, I know your face, but I can't exactly tell who it is. And I said, oh, I'm our podfather. And they're like, oh yeah, you're like that funny little pigeon, aren't you, with mobster gear on? Like, yeah, it's a bit strange, but the branding is so important just to be recognised, essentially. But in April, our first team member was partnered, the lovely Retro sitting right beside us here. And then we move on to what I talked about was the Reading visit at the Microsoft campus. Do you want to talk a little bit about that? Because that was quite important. There's quite a lot of views.
Yeah, so I can talk a little bit. So basically, they contacted us. They have a separate thing called Play and Learn. Obviously, what they'll do is play different games each week, and the audience, they'll like educate them. So it'll, they'll ask questions about the game, and you can answer it from whichever perspective. Now, we were asked to play Next Up Hero, which
We
is
were so bad at it.
we're bad at every game.
Oh.
Didn't help I was trolling you in the chat though. Let's face
Oh well,
it.
yeah, that's true.
Never play interactive on something that's supposed to be professional. If you give chat an opportunity to troll you, you can bet they're going to troll you.
That's true, that's true. So yeah, a main version of it, so with Mixer, there's Mix Play, so certain games, like I say, the chat can interact, and yeah, our chat just likes to just ruin us in games.
Thanks.
Thanks guys. But yeah, so we did a little bit of that. We got to go around the studio, and we were very thankful that they invited us down, and it was such a great night. We had all our community which I'll talk about later on, got involved with that, joined in, and we had new people. But it was lovely to even give it out as a Microsoft perspective too. But yeah, we really enjoyed that day. It was quite good.
It was really fantastic. I think that one of the things that when we actually got the opportunity, that what we were originally talking about was around our values and the way we handle ourselves on stream was actually, and part of how our branding worked and everything we worked on there was the reason we actually got that opportunity was because they were saying, okay, right, we really like the way you do things. These are the way we like to do things, and that makes sense to them. So, and that's not going to be, it's not going to work for everybody. Not everybody's going to want to work with you, but it's making sure that if you are trying to grow your brand, if you are trying to expand this from just a hobby as well, which is definitely something I think we'd like to do, it's making sure that all of that stuff you're working on actually makes sense for the future, so you can grow into something bigger. So we had an opportunity to go and stream with Microsoft, which was insane. But again, that was only because of what we'd actually outlaid previously. We'd been streaming on Xbox, which helped, obviously. We've actually done our branding, and we've been streaming on Mixer. So it all kind of worked. That worked for us. There are different avenues, but those are the things that work for us.
In July of this year, 2 more members of the team became partners. These 2 gentlemen right here. Stealth partnered, is what I would say. Just they weren't partnered, and all of a sudden they just had buttons.
I just found out, I just got an email saying, someone subscribed to you, and that was Gaz.
Likewise.
I was asleep on the train. I was asleep on my train, and I looked at my phone. I was like, what? And that was quite interesting. Yeah.
I found that through you, Bob. You just messaged me like, "Is your partner?" No.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
No, it's a great opportunity. And it's something obviously when we're working towards things and you get to hit those goals, it's really cool. But I got rejected 3 times. You didn't.
I got lucky. First time. I don't know how I managed it. I'm still don't know how I did.
I got very lucky.
I like to say I'm scrappy, but I think it's desperate. Yeah. please. Just fed up by the end.
August, 3 more founders, including myself, started streaming. With myself, I'm not, I would say, anyone known as a streamer is what these guys are. My history is podcasting and the website and things like that. And like Eden, you have to get with the times. I want to move the fact that I've been doing podcasting for a lot of years. I need to move that into something different and make sure the audience is there for it. Because I have to admit, podcasting is drying off a little bit. The numbers are down when it comes to a lot of audio podcasts. So you do have to move with the times, and the fact that I was involved in the setup and I had been playing with the guys for years, I've just never done it live. It made natural sense for myself and Meaty Fishman and Tarney to join. I can't not stop calling you Dave, can I?
Call me Dave, here's my name.
I know.
I'm not going to be offended.
And all that, that's a Bob. But he's a boss. He tells us all that stuff. But it's exciting times. You probably can tell this. This is not a long time that we've been doing this. This is a year we're very much in infancy, and I don't think anyone can argue the year that we've had it's been unbelievable.
It's been crazy. I think to the point there as well, you said about the 3 more founders streaming as well. The reason those guys, having those guys there has been absolutely invaluable. We talked about in the intro what those guys are doing. Ross is coming in with a lot of programming knowledge. Yeah. Dave's coming in with a lot of post-production knowledge, as well as Tiny as well, and a lot of the community management as well. So it's stuff that we didn't have. So it's involving people in your community, and you find hidden talents all over the place, and that's really cool as well.
Yeah, it's like the amount of work we can get through with 6 people is ridiculous. Everyone does have their talents, and you think it is such a close-knit team. We all have full-time jobs. We all try our hardest to give as much as we can, and the amount of work we can get through is ridiculous.
To be fair, I'm a huge on YouTube person today, so this kind of fits in quite nicely.
I'm on your job. It's on YouTube all day. Last thing on your 2018 October next month, team applications would open up, so possible looking to expand for the members on Duck Games as well.
Shameless little plug there.
Yeah. I just learned how to lip read. I didn't get on volume on.
I don't blame
Ross
you,
hasn't
to be
even wearing
honest.
his headphones. But then you've got, like, for example, like Ben talks a lot about his Nintendo streams, and he focuses on more the chilled side of that as well, which kind of I think levels us out a little bit. I just talk and talk and
Try to
talk.
get the laid-back voice of reason. Never works, but I try.
Fairly, it just makes me troll you more.
True.
But yeah, and like I say, same with Ross as well. I mean, he's Scottish, so that's that. That's
I'm
cool.
mildly offensive. I think that's what the.
I did want to mention that just in case you started to like dip into that area.
I'm
It's
just
like-
putting it lightly.
I joined at 10 o'clock at night, I've had a few beers, and then basically everyone's stream suddenly changes from teen to 18 plus.
Yeah, it's not allowed to
Instantaneously, we don't even do it now. It's just like it's automatic.
I think Mixer do it automatically.
Like, oh,
I know
God.
you're coming in, that's it.
But yeah, there's a lot. When you're creating that brand, so there's a lot of people you can go and be like really shouty, and that will attract people that enjoy that sort of thing. If you're laid back, that will bring those kind of people. That can be you. You can literally just be you. You can have characters like Dr. Disrespect, for example. He's a character, he's very loud, and that brings in that kind of audience. But Ben, I know you bring probably the most chilled out people into our community because you're quite chilled out, and then Retro just brings people that like to shout a lot. So there is that mix, and it's understanding that whoever you bring in from your brand, they're likely going to be people that enjoy that. So just understand that that's the kind of audience you want. Because if you don't want that kind of audience, don't be that character. Don't use that as your brand. But yeah, I think overall just staying true to that going forward as well. So if you decide on something and saying that's what I want to do and that's what I want to focus on, you've got to decide that. I'm going to do the quote now. You decide the brand, but you've got to live that. You've really got to live that actual brand that you've created. Because if you go off, people are going to find it weird. So if you're suddenly like really quiet and really down, that's going to affect how your streams work and how that community feels. And it's like, oh, something's wrong. Something's wrong.
I don't remember saying that.
I'm pretty
We
sure I
have
put the
now.
wrong name.
Is it the wrong name?
I
don't
think- yeah,
remember saying
no,
that.
that's
That
supposed to
sounds
be
far
me.
too like
I just think about you too much.
smart for me. Like,
But yeah, moving on.
So I'm going to talk about, honestly, the main reason why we're here. Duck Games, we're here mainly, we have a massive community. This is just going to be dedicated not mainly to Duck Games, but to you guys. We have a lot of people that support us, and we couldn't be thankful enough for that. A lot of you are in the audience. I mean, you know, we could try and shout you all out. I can see all Mixer streamers as well here with all the cool swag that these guys are still jealous that we've got them and they haven't got theirs yet.
Apparently it's on its way, who knows?
On its way. But yeah, Duck Games, we just had a small Discord. I mean, first of all, you could only just find us really on Twitter. But then we had a very small Discord, and it just grew. We didn't expect this at all, and it just grew and grew. And we have people, like I say, we've got people doing selfies in the toilets, and we've now got like some sort of weird eyebrow trend going on that I don't know where this is going. But yeah, and we all have a laugh. We all have our, you know, with your community, you end up building a sort of like, you have your inside jokes, and everyone knows who you are, you know who they are. But it's lovely to see. I can't say enough for our community. I can't say enough for you guys actually coming to this. To be honest, we were worried no one were going to turn up.
And then when you all did,
now we're really bad. But yeah, this is why we stream. You know, we don't do it for ourselves. I mean, okay, we get home, we just play video games. We're gamers. We don't have social lives. You know, this is how it works. But
this is my social life.
yeah, I was gonna say for yourself. Right.
Yeah, you actually dress like you've got a social life. That's just like, it's all about the game.
But yeah, and it's nice to just go out and be able to be fair, I'm surprised people want to watch us. I mean,
I'm
why
surprised
did they do that?
I don't know, and I think that speaks to we always get flabbergasted when we actually go on, and we have like we'll sit in there and we'll play a game, and we get a lot of people like sit in and come and lurk for us. So we understand a lot of people want to actually talk to us, but like people want to actually watch us, and we're blown away by the fact that us being stupid, playing video games, doing the stuff that we would have done anyway as well, which is really weird. It's like it's not like we're doing anything. We're just talking to more people. That's mad. I still can't believe it.
Yeah, like, I mean, sometimes some of us will get messages, and you know what, this is what I want to say. If you're ever watching a streamer, whoever it is, whatever platform, if you really enjoy them, like, let them know. People just assume we find out, but we don't. Like, literally, like, after this, just go message the streamer and be like, I love your streams. Please don't spam them with, like, why, invite, you know, kind of V-Bucks. But like, let them know. It means a lot. Like, we've had some messages from our community, and I mean, we've had people cry on stream before because of it. We've had people, we call it being bored. I mean,
look at you, Ben.
Well, likewise, it should be not me.
Because like at the end of the day, we came in here just like you say. We go and we play videos. We're like, oh, what's this new mixer thing? Oh, we can do it together. Let's do it. We didn't expect anything of it. And now we have so many people chatting, going, I love you guys. But the thing is, we love you too. This sounds so cheesy. We love you too. Like, honestly, it just means so much for everyone. I literally cannot thank people enough.
If anyone's here that's not seen one of Retro streams, this is exactly what she's like on streams.
I talk very fast, I'm sorry. But yeah, like I say, we've got Dave Hyde, who I think I've not actually met in person, but he is in the audience. Hey Dave! He was like one of our original community members and supports us big time, so like shout out.
Didn't he like buy you the Elgato as well? Because you're super cool.
Maybe.
We love you.
Yeah, we love you, Dave. Dave Hyde, he even has his own emoji now, so. But
I think that actually goes back to what we were saying about earlier, which is like about giving back as well. We like and the inside jokes and stuff like that. All of that. You changed your gamer tag, right?
Yeah.
We said Dave Hyde. We made it into an emoji, and he actually changed his game. That I'd never expect anybody to do that unless you like had my terrible gamer tag before. But it's to have that sort of stuff and people to get involved and do those sort of things. Just being part of that community just blows me away. Absolutely incredible.
Like, so when we started streaming, if you was to come up to us and be like, oh, this is what you'd be next year, we'd probably laugh. We'd be like, what are you talking about? Like, of course not. I'm like, yeah, people want to come in, then fine. But I mean, at the end of the day, people watch us like people like to watch football on TV. That's why people watch streamers. It's entertainment, you know? We entertain you. But at the same time...
Well, it's definitely not for our gameplay, is it?
No, definitely not. But I mean, you guys also entertain us, but that sounds really weird. But in a good way, you know, definitely... Yeah, it's amazing. It is amazing.
Move on.
I was actually just going to say, it's like there's one really important thing I think remembering about community. You give, as a streamer, I think that you give people entertainment, like you said, and also you guys give back to us in terms of being able to come in and view and that. It's remembering that when you have a community and you have people backing you, it's remember to, I think, I might be pushing out my own agenda here, but I think it's to really make sure that you've got a responsibility to be positive in that community and actually to engender those people to go and do the same things as well. We've had messages from people, and I won't say some are here, some aren't, but we've had messages from people where they've said we've made a genuine impact on their lives, and that doing this and having that's something that genuinely warms my heart. Like every time I hear it, no matter how big or small, and they're like, I just really enjoyed your stream too. You've really made a difference in my life, and we've had that, and we never expected to have that. And I think that's the most important thing when you are building a community, to make sure that you're helping and you're creating a positive influence in people's lives. Shall I move on now? Now I've done the sappy bit.
I know.
Sorry.
Okay.
Well, so I'll let you go on this one, go on.
Let me start.
It's the one thing we didn't
so you can really get into this one.
Yeah. Okay, am I starting then?
Absolutely, yeah, go for it.
So, again, looking at like foundations, again with the platform side of things, I mentioned about it briefly earlier on. Platform is not always purely personal preference, but it's down to everything's in one of them has their pros and cons. So we've got a variety of things on there. It goes down to the fact that even the first two that I can see on here, we've got Streamlabs, OBS, and OBS, right? I get pulled relentlessly towards being used to slobs, right? I just cannot get it to run on my PC for starters, so that's kind of why I don't use it. But OBS, right, works perfectly for me as a streaming platform, whereas others might like Streamlabs OBS or XSplit or other platforms. So that's your own choice at the end of the day. And things again like bots, they can be more of a personal preference. Again, I know at one point, Bob, you were running, was it 3 at once?
It's like 4.
3 or 4?
It's like trying to do one out, I'm like, oh
So I
no.
sit there and he goes, text up, yeah, he knows what he's doing. I'm in the background and everything's on fire. I'm just like, I don't know what's going on.
So again, like we've got the examples of that, and then you've got me that just uses one. I've always only ever used one. I tried using Firebot initially and didn't get on with it. Changed to Scorebot, and it was the best thing I've ever found. I do everything through it, interactive that works, despite being told otherwise.
You can watch a chat through it, don't you?
Yeah, I do, yeah. You can sit and watch your chat through it. I mean, again, you can do that through Streamlabs OBS if you want, but I use Score because it's there, it's one interface, it's neat and tidy. I just leave OBS tucked away in the corner, and it's all there for me.
As opposed to my madness of 7 screens open with the same chat.
Yeah.
I'm like,
You're
it's the same
that person who has
thing.
like
It's
100
the same
tabs.
thing. Yeah, it's,
Oh, I could be dealing with that. No, that's too much for me. I'm a very clean and simple kind of interface as well. That's kind of one thing that
you're
got me.
just too chilled.
Yeah.
Just too chilled. You can't
Yeah, true.
do too much.
Yeah. Again, we've got other things on there, like again, the platform that you choose to play, that again is down to your preference. Like, again, we stream a lot of Xbox because we enjoy Xbox, that's kind of how we met, and a lot of games on there we enjoy. Again, streaming like Nintendo, Sony, PC, whatever you like, it's down to you, whatever you enjoy.
Someone should fire the designer, I think, because he only put Xbox up on there. That's not bias, honestly.
Not at all.
I think as well as the platform you actually play on the platform you stream on as well. We're predominantly mixer streamers. We do stream a little bit on Twitch on occasion. I think the really important thing with platforms as well, when you're talking about, there's a lot of stuff. It's Mixer or Twitch, or it's Facebook Live or YouTube gaming, and all this sort of stuff. Is we found it really refreshing to find a lot of the people in the community are very platform agnostic. It's not like it's like I think somebody said last night, "Oh, I'm the enemy." I think it's very much not about that. Those if you're assisting that, if you're pushing that agenda, I think we would put it. It's a detriment to the entire community. We can definitely make sure that no matter what you stream on, no matter what community you're built on, you can still actually all play together and all enjoy games together as well.
No, I totally agree. Yeah.
And I think as well, like if you're starting out, I know we talk about a lot of things. So we at my setups like Slobs on Mixer and Scorpbot on Firebot, so I have quite a lot of things running. But again, like Ben says, you define which one works for you. There's a lot of stuff out there. Just because someone says it's going to work for you doesn't mean it's going to work for you. You need to try different things. We're always testing out new stuff, new technologies.
Tell me about it. I got messages every day going, try this, download it. I'm like, my internet's shit, download it. My voice is constant.
But yeah, I think when you're trying out platforms, definitely give everything a go. It's not always going to be the one thing that works for you. I know some people have tried Lightstream with Xbox, which is a really cool feature. Using that to stream through there. A lot of people do XSplit 'cause it's probably more professional, but I've not got much money for the premium subscription, so I'm going for Slobs.
I've got a 3-month trial if you want it.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I'll try.
I've never done
Let's
it.
break more stuff. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that's to be said around like people assisting in platforms as well, and this kind of ties into the community. By no means does anybody, like when I used to go in shoes, I used to try and ask some people, but I was just very aware that not everyone's going to help you. But if you will find a lot of people within the communities will be willing to help. There's a lot of places you can go to look to these things. A lot of these companies have their own Discord for their help sections as well, which actually goes into a point around Discord. That is the one thing I would say everybody should be on. That our community, as soon as our streams stop, we're right in Discord. We're going and chatting about the stream and what's happened, or just about people's days and going and doing that. That's the one platform I think that actually binds a lot of this together. And I think it's really important. If you aren't on it already and you are looking to stream, you're just coming out, or if you've been streaming for a bit and you're not already, which I find surprising, but if you're not, definitely get in there. Join as many Discords as you can. Try not to mute them all, which I'm a little bit guilty of, but get in there and do as much as that as you can, because that kind of networking via that platform is invaluable. It's definitely worthwhile.
Yeah.
I think
Yep, we're going to move on.
I think that takes us next week. Just Q&A. Has anyone got any questions?
Oh, of course, Gaz would. Of course, Gaz would.
Might give her a piss.
As
No.
long as you take a picture.
Me or me.
It's a joke. Anyone else need the toilet? Anyone else?
Anyone else?
So this isn't school, by the way. You don't need to do that to lose. It's fine.
I'm going to anyway.
Yeah,
You said that the platforms, you're kind of like platform agnostic, but do you find that there's a different sort of feel or like a different attitude between the different platforms?
I say, okay, so yeah, there's a different type of, I'd say more audiences in a variety of platforms, but it is kind of, I suppose, at the end of the day, you build your own audience. If you're going to let people troll you, people will keep trolling you. So I personally don't think it matters what platform you're on. I mean, obviously we're biased to Mixer, we're Mixer streamers, but our purpose of Mixer is co-streaming, which is only available at the moment at Mixer. So that's why we use it. However, I feel, to be honest, like I say, you build your own audience, you build the people that you want to associate with. So you can do that on any platform, but you've got to like Ben was saying earlier, stick to rules, and then people will just follow them, and then you'll become friends with the. Like, I'm not going to call it community. I'm going to call it friends. You become friends with the people you want to be friends with. I don't know.
I think as well, mods. Get yourself some good mods. We've got
brilliant mods. Oh, well, Gaz has
fantastic.
just left.
Gaz has just left as well.
Shout out.
But yeah, there's a lot of people in here who are mods for us as well, and those guys are absolutely incredible doing that sort of thing. So I think the audience will always be built, like you say, around what you actually bring in. If you let people be, and I think that's the thing, don't let people into your community you don't want there. Because if you don't want them there, but you're like, oh, I just need that extra viewer,
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it
at
long
all.
term. Short term even, it's really not worth it. So I'd say that I think there's, I think to play on a different side, there's definitely more things are rife in different communities. But as long as that you maintain your community around what you want to stick to your values, I think it can still be beneficial no matter where you're streaming. Does that answer it?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Any more? That's
Oh, well, why not up here with this microphone? I think that sounds better so we can hear.
I'll stand up.
Oh, there we go.
There we go.
Yeah, we're devs and we're getting quite excited about some of the stuff you can do on Mixer with things like Mixplay, Interactive,
Oh, we love that
combined
stuff.
with FTL. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, the potential things that might happen. I was just wondering where you kind of see the future of streaming going with things like live real-time interaction.
Oh, to be fair, we really use it, don't we? I mean,
We actively try and use it everywhere we can.
So Mixer as well, so there's like interactivity with the mix play, there's also shared controller. I mean, we've done things where we've talked to devs that have turned around to us and been like, oh, we want to do online, but we just can't do it. And we're like, right, we'll try it out. And what we've done is we've let people go against us. We had one called Jump Gunners, and we let our audience, it was so good, our audience play against us using a shared controller feature where they plug it into either the PC or console. And so a local co-op game became online. I played Overcooked 1, I'd say 1 because obviously the second one's come out, with my friends through shared controller. So they're at home, I'm at home, and they can play that way. So I don't think many streamers use it at the moment, but that's like a really good way of people
Not as
looking
many
into
as they
that.
should, I think. There's big potential.
Yeah, there's, like I say, that can grow. I think there's other things. Mixplay's a massive one. People love Mixplay, don't they? But like I say,
If you can spawn
Good interactive board.
a Shadow Warrior in Next Up Hero on a streamer, I don't care how nice you are, you're going to do it. You're going to do it and just mess them up.
Let's not talk about the Dragonauts. Remember that? So another good example of things like Mixplay. So these started trolling. I was playing a game, Deep Rock Galactic. I think that's it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you know what's coming. You know what's coming. And in your community, you can like spawn enemy. They can either help you. No one wants to help.
No
the
one
streamer.
helps you.
No one ever helps you.
Right.
Or they can spawn enemies. That's quite common in a lot of games. It's more spawning.
That's not true. I think I dropped a med pack after you died.
To answer your question in the future, I can see there was a lot. For a few years, there was a lot of stuff where people using their cell phone, like Jackbox games, that kind of thing, where people could use their own devices. I can see a lot more sort of that type of centric games moving just straight into the Mixer platform.
Yeah.
Telltale, of course, have got that interaction and things like that I can just actually see the developers coding in a lot more so that it might be audience participation to help make choices. especially in narrative-driven games, to the point where you could almost essentially have a community solely playing the game while you're narrating it. You could run through a very sort of narrative-driven game where the audience are voting on things, and the community will actually vote towards that to see exactly how you wish to progress. And that way you're just all playing it along together. And I can see a lot more developers doing that kind of thing. Did anyone play, is it Wait Night? Is that, I can't remember, Wait Shift?
Oh, late shift.
It's got full mix and interaction with regards where it will let the audience go straight from there. So essentially, the developer, the streamer doesn't need to press a button the whole time. They can watch away, the game will run. It's an interactive movie with multiple choices, and the whole thing is controlled by the people in the audience in the stream.
Yeah, because that's what people love, isn't it? They just want to get involved, and if you can find a way, whether it be, like I say, mixed player share controller, even make some sort of like in-game poll, like you say, they vote and that's what happens in the game. They choose this option. People will do that. Everyone loves that. They just love to be involved.
I think that's what our community is built around, actually. It's
Yeah.
like the interactivity, so that's always going to work. I think there's also another thing, which is there are a couple of tools that do it already, which allow people just to jump into your game. So you could, like you say, you've got the share controller. I think that's a really big thing that's kind of not been played too much with yet, but having the ability to be able to play those sort of games with your community, and I don't know if they do it. If you could do it for every game, because then nobody would buy the game, but if you had it as an opportunity to maybe, if they had a subscription or something to the platform, you could essentially play that game with the streamer, play it with the audience. So I think, opening the games up in that sense, so people going, okay, this is like a demo of the game, you can come and play it on here, that might be an option as well. I think it's really up in the air. There's just so many different things you could do.
You're talking to the developer to do it. It's like, it's either going to be in the mixer side, or there's going to be a developer that just has this genius idea that says this is how we can use this. If they worked along with Mixer, Twitch, or whatever during the development to do it, then that's the one that will turn the corner, I think.
Well, they have actually done that with a couple of games. So I don't know if, how many of you actually go on Mixer on a day-to-day basis, but there's a game on there called We Are Jake.
Yeah.
And that's literally something Jake said. You can play that entirely through Mixer. The entire game is through Mixer. It's you can get like, I think it's like you can have like 40 people up on the screen at once, all like hitting each other. It's a ragdoll physics game. Sorry, excuse my voice. There's the mini golf game that was on there for a very long time as well. That was really, really popular. So there's loads of different things. If you just go actually, it's an entirely community-based game.
It more feels like tech demos, though. I mean, sort of in a larger scale.
I think when more developers start looking at it, focusing on it, then I mean, I'd love to see something AAA, somebody with a AAA budget.
It's a big risk.
You never know.
That's the issue. People are scared, aren't they? Just go try it. I mean, there's so many streamers, different platforms. Why you might as well use them? You know what I mean? You've got this opportunity. It's essentially a test ground. Go ask the streamer to try it out.
I think
because people are scared, aren't they?
Probably get time for one more question.
Sorry.
Thank you very much.
Answer that one. Sorry.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers. One more question, anyone?
Did you have fun?
No, you can't go to the toilet again.
Did you have fun while I went for a piss?
Yes.
You got a shout out. You weren't even here for about months.
Anyone else?
It's fine if you don't, because then we can run away.
Should I end up at the meetup?
Yep, end up the meetup.
Right, so that's it from us at Games, but I'd just like to thank everyone for coming here and talking, listening to us ramble for whatever it is, 45 minutes. But we'd just like to let you know we're all off to Wetherspoons for we've got a meetup happening. If anyone has any other questions or would just like to come say hi, I mean, we're always up for that, or just have a drink or two, then feel free to come down.
You can literally just watch me deteriorate now. This is my peak today. And then it's all downhill from here. So if you want to watch that unfold.
I am, definitely.
I don't think we came to anticipated this amount of people to come, so again, thank you everyone for coming along.
Thank you,
Hope you
guys.
enjoyed
Thanks, guys.
what we got.